Yes, once again, Foxboro and friends live from deep within the recesses of the Fitzatorium. Pat's pals, Foxboro fanimals, football freaks, and gridiron geeks. We're back, your old pal Fitz and the minister of Pat's propaganda, Mike D, bringing you a post-AFC championship, current AFC champions. Wow, did you ever think we would be on our way to Super Bowl 53 edition?
A little bit.
Of Foxboro and friends.
I thought a little bit. I thought we might.
I never doubted.
I thought there was a chance.
I never doubted it. Cut back to us in November, December, like, this team is done, man. They'll be lucky if they make the wild card round, man. They're going nowhere this year. I'm like everyone else. I'm just going to pretend that I didn't say everything I said all season long.
It's over. It's over.
That's it.
There was...
How many Death of a Dynasties did we get this year, bro?
Oh, my God. When did they start? I mean, that's what I was trying to think. When was, like, the first, like...
Well, it started back in February after they lost to the Eagles. Like, this will be... Bill Belichick blew it. This will be Tom Brady's last Super Bowl appearance. They should have gotten him that final one for the other thumb.
Yeah, I've lost track. I still have to do the math now. Like, wait, how many Super Bowls? Like, remember when it used to be like, well, so easy to remember the 3 that you won, and now it's just they're all blending into complete chaos in my mind. But wow, what a game! What a game! I'm surprised we both emerged alive from that game, the ups and downs, and it was close. I was a little touch and go there for a second.
If that was the game that was going to kill me, then it was going to be worthwhile because that was in every aspect as satisfying, as fulfilling, as outrageous, as infuriating, as dominating, as heartbreaking, and then ultimately as victorific, as win-tastic. I felt. Look, I remember exactly who I ran into the arms of and how loud I screamed when Malcolm Butler stole the ball. Mm-hmm. I remember how hard I celebrated, and yes, there were man tears. It got a little dusty. And when I was at Diablo Loco with the Houston Patriots fan club at the end of Super Bowl 51. But just in terms of sheer exhilaration, it was happening. There wasn't any holy crap this comeback or wow, we were on death's doorstep. This was just... They should have won this game. They almost lost it. They should have won it. They almost lost it again. And then they did win it. And it was, I'll be honest, it was fucking awesome.
I say it a lot too. I think like a game, you can't truly appreciate a win unless you've had that moment over the course of the game where you're like, well, this is over. We lost. Yeah. And that for me was the interception, before the lining up offsides, before that.
The pick before that.
The pick when, right. That moment where it was like, that's it. Right there. I had that moment. Same thing when, like you said, Super Bowl 49, when before Malcolm Butler, the miracle catch, that moment where you're like, there we go again. We're going to lose the Super Bowl again. Halftime against the Falcons. Well, we're not going to win this one.
Nothing. We're done.
I mean, so many of these games have just been so dramatic. And it's like taking years off your life, it feels like. I mean, maybe like the games take years of your life off and then the Super Bowl championships like add years back on, maybe?
Do they? Well, the only cure, or rather even the only reversal for smoking or drinking is you have to like not smoke or not drink for all those years to undo the damage to your liver and your lungs and the rest of yourself. I don't think there is any undoing, and I don't want to. If I eat it early in this lifetime because of the anxieties I call it, the accelerated heart rate and everything else that comes, and the
pit in your
nerves,
stomach, and you feel sick a little bit.
Dude, I mean, there's not a single bit of exercise I've done in my life that elevated my heart rate above where it was in the fourth quarter of that Chiefs game.
I know, and it's back and forth. And...
Honest to God. Yeah. You would have literally thought I was either like a baby rabbit or I was on cocaine. Maybe it was both. It was fucking insane. Yes, I agree that there has to be this moment where you think for a second, like, oh, they're gonna blow this. We're gonna lose this. I can't believe we had this. And okay, it could have been so many different times in the AFC Championship. By the way, the Pats won. They're going to the Super Bowl. Just in case you're tuning in.
Spoiler.
It could have been. Let's see. It could have been the final drive when 39 seconds. All they had to do was prevent KC from getting in field goal range. All that took was 2 plays after they ran it out to like the 33. Could have been the D Ford play. Thank God. D Ford, by the way, you are
drinks for life in Boston.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Join the tab that includes like Marlon McCree, Malcolm Butler, Adam Vinatieri, for good or bad, Patriots or opponent. Yeah, exactly. Daryl Bevel. I was just gonna say the play caller, Daryl Bevel.
It's tough for the bartenders in Boston keeping track of all these guys.
What's his name? The Kyle Shanahan.
Oh yeah, come on in.
What's his name? The running back Devonta Freeman for missing the chip on.
It
goes on. Right. It's a long tab, but I'll happily spend the money. if I have to match you for drinks, I'll be shithouse drunk, but it's going to be a joyous drunk.
Yeah.
It could have been the other interception you talked about.
Yep.
It could have, in the first half, oh my God, I had so many hot texts I was going to send you, but I was like, no, they're going to win this. They're going to win this. They're imposing their will. They look too good. Enjoy this game. Stop giving in to the negativity. No hot texts. No hot texts allowed there, Fitz. Just get into this game. And I tried to. I still haven't replied to 40 text messages.
Oh, I know. Well, I get in a mode. I know.
I thought that first interception to Gronk was the game.
Yeah. Oh, me totally. And that was the moment. You're like,
you're not on the road against the number one offense, and then you just throw a 1 yard, and that was.
You knew they were coming too. You knew they were coming. I mean, let's start. I mean, let's start at the very beginning because here, as we can see, we got Tom Brady's retirement. It was supposed to be Tom Brady's retirement party.
Oh, that's right. Hey, did you get your tickets?
I did, and unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I RSVP'd. RSVP'd a giant FU. Oh, that's too bad. I definitely did not, either on my Instagram or my Twitter at FitzyGFY or TownieNews.com, go around and screen capture everyone who wrote Tom Brady retirement party last Sunday and then shove that in their face. I definitely didn't do that.
Remember the Ray Lewis retirement party you were supposed to have in 2012?
That one. Can I tell you how I learned the lesson?
Are you still sitting on t-shirts?
Can I tell you how I learned the lesson? I had my brother who does a lot of the camera and the editing and a lot of the graphics work for everything here at GFY Industries, if you will. I had him make a Ray Lewis retirement party just because. I mean, I thought the Ravens team was good, but he's like, Ray Lewis wasn't good anymore. Like, what the hell was he going to be able to do?
He was good in that game somehow.
Yeah, deer antler spray, that's why.
Man. Remember that?
So I learned the hard way. So I knew when I saw that, when NFL Memes, Instagram put that up, I was like, oh, the Pats have already won. No one knows it yet. They just bought into the retirement party meme curse.
I know. Well,
it's worse than the Madden curse.
I know. Well, good thing with the Rams, there's nobody, they're young, there's nobody we're looking to put into retirement, so...
There's nobody that watches their games.
That's true. Not even in Los Angeles.
No, I know. I don't know if you guys saw this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, hey, Gramps, thanks for quoting TV ratings, when the rest of the world watches football a million different ways. But the Rams, not as many people watched the Rams game in Los Angeles County last Sunday as watched the Patriots game. So,
I believe it. Having lived there, Patriot fans are, that's part of what's reassuring a little bit, not to jump ahead to the Rams game, but it's when Philly beat us, you knew that whole city of Philly just was, you could feel it. But half the city will not even know the Rams. What's the Rams parade? Where are they going to go? Around USC?
Rams parade?
What? So if the Patriots did happen to lose,
where would they have the parade? Would it go by? All right, it's going to start at the Scientology Center. Then it's going to make its way down.
We're going to go right through WeHo.
Yeah, it's going to go past CAA. We're going to have an agents rally. Everyone's assistant is going to be on their BlackBerry, OMG, I'm just having the greatest time.
Yeah,
but it's not for that reason alone.
Yeah.
That we think that the Pats should or that the Pats will win. We'll get to predictions later on. All right, so. Thing that impressed you? So we've gone through, the fact that they could only keep KC down for so long. Yeah. Although I still think if he doesn't throw that interception on that little play action to Gronk in the end zone, and then if maybe there was one run Sony Michel didn't finish where he had 7 yards. Yeah. And then decided to dance at the end. And who am I to harp on Sony Michel when he goes 29 for 113?
I mean, that
kid was a friggin' warhorse in that game. Couple times guys, this is going to bite you in the ass. This is going to clip you on the tip in the second half. You got to get every point you can against this team. Demoralize them and finish them now. Let them implode because you can only keep that offense down for so long. And then look what happened. 24 points in the fourth quarter. Quick strike.
Back and forth.
Yeah, but hey, props to the Belichick and Flores connection there because Kelsey and Hill combined less than 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
And that's exactly what you thought, they were going to have to do. And I mean, without Kareem Hunt, that was such a big piece, I think, that Kansas City was missing, too. But the Patriots just played so well. I mean, it's just, they're such a good team, and just like last week, you get so caught comparing these Patriots teams to the Patriots of the past, and it's so hard to just look at the 2018 Pats for what they were. And they were really good, and the people seem to, still have this underlying thing of, that this is surprising. But if you watch the home games all year, they were super solid football team that was so well balanced that it, and the other part of it is they're so healthy. It's every year I feel all I basically need to write as a season preview is well, we'll see who stays healthy. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's impossible to predict, but if they're all healthy at the end, there's going to be a good chance. And they're all healthy. They don't have a single guy on the injury report.
I think this is first time either in all the Patriots Super Bowls or last 5 Super Bowls, whatever. We're going to try to cover every stat or every little piece of numerics that we think is semi-relevant for you all before we get into it. But anyway, there's some sort of eye-opener as to gotcha. As to
that was a real one.
yeah, it was. That was real. There's an eye opener as to what like this hasn't happened where a team has everyone perfect practice, everyone like no one's teamed up.
Yeah, I mean,
so you get like the Death Star is going to be fully operational. It's just going to be a matter of how your Death Star plays against their Death Star.
Yeah.
Or rather, I should say, as we start to like teeter into this matchup, we get into the whole idea of basically. I say it's like Belichick versus McVay is definitely Sith Lord versus the apprentice.
Oh, the young Jedi, sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And listen,
it's the millennium versus the millennial. You know, like it's.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like the legend versus the prodigy.
A lot of respect, and Belichick was listening to his press conference here on the way to Fitzy's basement this morning, and Belichick seemed very respectful of kind of the system that they've put in place, and how difficult it is to defend. They do a lot of things out of the similar formations, which is kind of what the Patriots do. They're running the same plays, but with just different guys, kind of as window dressing, and also tight splits, having guys kind of misdirection. There's a lot of that, so. I think
he runs a ton of bunch formations, which have given the Pats fits the past couple of years. Remember 4th and 2 at midfield last year when Peterson runs.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Where like McCourty gets chipped immediately, and they're like, they kind of should have called it, but Collinsworth's like, but they're just gonna swallow their whistle at this point.
Play.
Yeah, they're gonna just let him play.
Yeah.
If you want to get into swallowing whistles and letting them play at any point, if people want to talk Saints Rams about how the fact that the Rams. Please don't let the fucking Rams win the Super Bowl when they shouldn't even be there.
Yeah.
And like if the Saints win, if the Saints were to go on to the Super Bowl, they likely should be playing in. I'd almost feel respect. Great coach, really well-rounded team. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady.
Much bigger.
But if this friggin', just come on.
Yeah.
Enough with the whole you know what it is, guys? It's payback. For 17 years ago, Marshall Faulk thinks they cheated. They cheated. Right. Eric Dickerson says they cheated. They cheated on us. You got traded out of L.A. to the friggin' Colts, you hump.
It's so hard keeping track of it, and I mean, just...
It is 17 years to the day, though. Isn't that fate?
I try to live in a place, aside from those games and all the calls that are being debated now about overtime rules and stuff, and it's like, right. There are so few people like us who I feel like can kind of revel in, like, wow, this team is amazing. I can't believe this is still going instead of spending the week debating the overtime rules of like every offense needs to see the ball. I mean, it has, it's just it's the same thing. They can't win. They cannot win.
The Patriots can never win
with these people. So stop trying to like.
All right, we're gonna take a ton of your questions.
Yeah, please.
Hit us. You can hit us up on the Twitter, but of course, right on the Facebook live stream. But before we get to this first question, I got a first question queued up that I want to throw your way. I just want to address. People are already talking about Belichick's press conference. They're like, yeah, he is locked into beast mode is engaged. Yeah. Sith, it's like the Sith, the apprentice.
Slow, precise.
Yeah, the Emperor is like, he's there.
Yeah.
And yes, awesome. We all know he wished Johnny Hecker played for his team. Because Belichick loves Navy, Rutgers, punter. We get it. And now there's a punter on that team who's really good and can throw the ball, throws a tight spiral.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up this whole thing. I've been a fan of, and not just because he's got a good voice for radio as well, but I like Colin Cowherd.
Mm-hmm. He's a friend of Past Propaganda, actually.
Is he?
He is actually, and I quote, where I get all my Patriots news. He picked up one of my things one time that I wrote and talked about it on the air.
For real?
I mean, I think he was,
having a little fun with it.
But he loves Brady and
right.
Past Propaganda. That's where I get all my Patriots
on the air.
news.
He's referred to me before as Paul Fritzy. Meanwhile, Paul Fritzy up there in New England.
He's a friend of the Foxboro.
Yeah, so he's one of the friends of Foxboro.
He's a FO.
God, he'd be great to
he's an FO.
call him one day. Yeah, FONF. Yeah, FNF.
Friend of.
Got it exactly.
He's a friend.
So he did a whole thing 2 days ago on the radio show on the Herd on Fox Sports Radio. He did this thing talking about how because there were like 3 plays where they identified the laser being pointed into Brady's eyes. Freaking lasers. Can we get a laser in Arrowhead, please? God, can you imagine, by the way, who brought that? It was going to be like, hey, Ted. Yeah, what's up, Ralph? I brought a laser. I'm going to shine a laser in Brady's eye, bro. I'm going to blind him on that play. And apparently it was like right before a pick and whatever else. Collard was saying, as you were saying, no matter what the Patriots do, no matter what they say, no matter where they go or who they play for, with or against, that they can never win. Mm-hmm. And Cowherd actually called the media out. Media calling media. Media on media crime here. He said that what goes on with the Patriots shows such a massive media bias that Blake Bortles would have been like Brock Osweiler, any other quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. Deflategate is one day, no one talks about it ever again. 2 years, said it was an embarrassment.
Yeah.
That Lasergate should have been a thing. If it happened the other way around, you saw what happened. They threw a friggin' beer on Tyreek Hill. If there was a laser shown in Patrick Mahomes' eyes at Gillette Stadium, they would they would shut the stadium down. They would suspend Brady. Your Belichick would be gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's
you had the whistle, at the Saints game too.
Right.
Did you hear that? Like the guy kept blowing the whistle.
Why couldn't somebody find the whistle guy?
They had a picture of
it.
What
a douchebag!
Up like,
where do you park your douche canoe when you pull into a game and bring a freaking whistle or a laser? Come on,
every team,
grow up.
Every team has terrible fans. And
they do.
They do that kind of stuff. But I mean, I love that the Patriots didn't even acknowledge it. Like Brady didn't complain. It didn't come from anybody in the Patriots. Like any other team would have been like, "Wait." I mean, Mike Tomlin. Imagine Mike Tomlin seeing Ben Roethlisberger afterwards.
Out there listening
That's all they're talking about.
I got Scott Zolak in my ears. And Shannon Sharp came out this week and was like, Skip, how about Tom Brady? This week came out and was like, I can't say it anymore. I will never say Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady again. He gave it up.
Let's
even have Shannon Sharp on our side. Anyway,
we got some pictures here. Let's throw them up real quick just because, Brady wearing the scuba mask.
Oh, Scuba Tom.
Scuba
Tom, we have not seen, Scuba Tom be dominant.
Oh, I know. It scares me. I know, 2010 Jets game, but this was the picture we got up right now. It's 27-24, and that's the look of Brady. I'm about to go ham on all y'all.
Yeah, you're dead. This is right before he came in for that drive.
2 minutes left. Come on, Kansas City. What are you thinking?
What are you doing?
Oh my God, it's with Tom Brady.
That's what I was saying. He went into when I did the WEI show last week. I was like, "You've made the mistake, NFL. You've turned this into a Tom Brady referendum game. You have engaged John Wick mode, and when you engage Brady's John Wick mode, you're dead already. You just don't know it.
You just don't. And I don't know what John Wick is, but I.
How do you not know who John Wick is? Have you still never seen that?
No, but I saw the trailer. I did homework for the show, and I watched the trailer, and I was like, "There's a lot going on here."
You've said that before. I'm very disappointed.
I'll tell you what I do.
The joy of Brady, but we see that the Super Brady laser focus, just talk about laser focus, just so focused in. Yeah. The joy on Brady's face, and then I love you, Belichick, afterwards, and then talking to Chris Hogan, and just you're too old. You're not good enough. We're not fast enough. Can you fucking believe it?
They heard it all.
F-bombs. The joy. The joy in the McCourties running around chasing each other on the field. Yeah. We're going to the ship.
Why does it feel new? Why is there a new sense of excitement?
The ninth time.
Is it because they got blasted by the Eagles? And they didn't really get blasted by the Eagles. They were a fourth down stop away from winning that Super Bowl. Eagles played great, and that's what scares me. If the Rams take a page out of that. But why? Is it because of all the negative 2017, things are falling apart. There's dissension. Brady hates Belichick. Alex Guerrero is Yoko Ono. All these things that we've been hearing about all year, and then they start acting like this, and then and people like Albert Breer.
The joy is because everyone.
We all know they're good, right? They're right. We might say those things, but we all know that they're amazing. Shut up. I hate those guys, but I don't know. That's exciting for us.
That's why everyone can get a full face of Belichick to Adam Thielen. Shut the fuck up. STFU. Shut the fuck up.
It's remarkable.
Well, I'll say this. I really think it has to do. Everyone now loves clapping back at the Pats, saying, "Oh, this whole you guys are underdogs. This is bullshit.
We all know you're awesome.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Come on, you don't get to go to 8 straight AFC championships, 9 Super Bowls. Tom Brady's not allowed to go to more Super Bowls than any other franchise in the NFL ever, and call yourselves underdogs." But all people did all year was say they were done. Death of the dynasty. Belichick's lost it. Brady's too old. Didn't go to OTAs, tension in the building, and what happened? They just played their way through the season, and maybe were it not for the slip up in Miami, they definitely looked like shit in Pittsburgh. That was a Shitsburg spectacular, but they did.
Right? No, I know. Well, because that sample set of these games against shitty teams, and you're like, you know what I mean? It was just enough to grab those games and be like. And granted, one of them they blew on the last play, but then it's a 12-4 season if you take that one out of it, which is basically where they're at every year. That's it. But for some reason, it's easy to take Detroit, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, those games and be like, whoa, things are falling apart, maybe. But and then same with Gronk, who I got to throw up here too. This catch by Gronk on the third down.
Well, there was the fade,
Oh,
and then the
when
third
Brady
and 10
threw that one, I was like, not this one, because
the
it's
slant
always,
or the fade.
The fade,
Yeah.
because those just seemed always so low.
Right.
But I mean,
well, because you're thinking of all those missed wheel routes to James White
back in 2015
on Brandon Marshall in the 2015 AFC
we're
Championship.
In.
Oh no, we're there. We've lived through it. I haven't forgotten a single second of this, brother.
But yeah, I Gronk. All of a sudden, it's like, and I wasn't expecting that on him, and that was like a big X factor of him.
And his 3rd and 10 on the overtime drive, that was one of the 8 plays that was installed in the hotel ballroom that morning for McDaniels.
So crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, they
could
just
have been yours, Green Bay.
Such foresight.
Still ours.
But I mean, and then just the joy. I pulled some of these pictures too here. This one's classic. This one with like... Brady and the helmet, like, we won! Like,
I can never see enough of that. It's like. Yeah, and then just like the hands on the head, and it's like you're going to Disney World. This is the face you hope you'll see from your own child.
Him and KVN,
one day,
together.
Who, by the way,
I know, beast.
Talk about someone who's come into it too.
He came.
KVN has been LIT this postseason. I hope he's got one more game like that in him.
I know. I mean, and the whole defense, they just played so well together.
He was your pick. Wait, you said KVN has to have a big game.
Did I?
Mike.
Did I? Maybe.
And I said J.C. Jackson did, and he almost cost us the game.
We talked a lot about J.C. Jackson. I think that was a funny one that I was thinking of when I'm watching the game, because he would have been a big goat. And I mean, not in a bad way.
The original,
the original way, because how many penalties and catches he have, and he was
he's covering Kelsey and.
Yeah, it's a huge. And he had a target on his back. Who are you going to throw it? Stephon Gilmore?
I think he's got a much better matchup though in Super Bowl 53 because, and we'll get into this first question. Jerry Shusky asks us, "Hey guys, who do you think is going to be the X factor for the Pats going into Super Bowl 53?" I think I can tell you this. I could foresee, McVay is going to be able to pick. Wade Phillips has beaten Brady in a big game before. Aaron Donald and Sue give him trouble up the middle. They're going to pick Brandon Cooks' mind for how McDaniel's offense works.
Brandon Cooks I
don't know. Did you see last year? I got knocked out of the Super Bowl. Literally. I tried to hurdle a guy.
Brick tried to kill someone.
Yeah, Brick tried to kill someone with a trident. I did with a trident. So go ahead. Fine. Pick his brain all you want. But I can see the Pats. So Robert Woods is a super precise route runner.
Oh,
he's got great hands too.
Great.
Gilmore is great at covering your tracks, memorizing your routes, and doubling down on you. So I can see them locking it up, having a great battle.
A lot of cross and sorting through the
trash.
J.C.
Jackson is as fast as Cooks.
What did we say the two things were though? J.C. because we were like it could go either way. It could be just. We knew he was going to be the good guy, but sorry, I interrupted your train of thought.
X factor for the Patriots on offense, Sweet Feet. I mean. Because we don't know exactly how difficult it's going to be. Probably going to be kind of tough to run against the Rams because of that stout front. And the corners are probably going to give, maybe Edelman doesn't have the same kind of game because they either give him a face full of Talib. Hey, Giselle, how you doing, girl?
Oh, man, I love me some
snaps his chain, goes full.
We got Tom Brady throwing bombs.
Yeah. We got Tom Brady throwing bombs out there. Marcus Peters can be burned deep. I think Hogan's going to have a big game. But James White on offense, and then on defense, I mean... Who would I'll tell you who's going to have a big game. Hightower is going to get in. Hightower's going to get in on a blitz, and he is going to wreck Jared Goff's world. I think the confusion because of the Hightower flexibility. I think Hightower's ability to stunt and run up the middle, to obviously not great in pass protection, but he can pick off a pass like he did against Mahomes earlier this year. And then if he comes around the end on like a delayed blitz and he gets in Goff's face, he's not finishing that without the ball and making sure someone takes it to the 6-point house. Those are my calls.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, a couple things. I think Gurley's kind of the key for me because I feel like I said this before. I hate when I say we talk about things we talk about off the air. We were talking about this before already.
That's the Phil Sim thing.
So don't hate me for bringing it up again. But this is
about.
But I think my impression is that Jared Goff is very reliant on Sean McVay, and I think the Patriots are going to do a lot of disguising right before the snap, and all of a sudden with 3 seconds or whatever it is, 5 seconds when the microphone goes off in his helmet, all of a sudden the defense is going to go boom and change into something totally different, and Jared Goff's going to be looking to Sean McVay like, help me, what do I do now? I don't get it.
Yeah, right, hold on. Here, we'll use the alternate camera right now. Yeah,
I got to switch it, don't I? Ready?
Yeah, let's switch it. Ready? And
Yeah, we're technically savvy. I'm playing the part of technical director on top of host.
We need an intern. By the way, if anyone wants to
come to Fitzy's
if anyone actually wants to come to the Fitzatorium and be our technical director or our PA, townienews@gmail. We pay in beer, sometimes gas money.
Yeah, or seltzer water.
Seltzer and Irish coffee, whatever you want. But that's a great call.
That's my offensive kind of feeling. But so I feel like if they can lean on Gurley,
it'll be for him. It'll be my favorite Genesis song. A land of confusion.
It's exactly what it's going to be, and he'll be dazed and confused, and every movie there is with confused in the title, because I think like that, they have the pieces to match up with those two guys, and so I think you go down the depth chart a little bit on their other receivers who I wish I had the depth chart in front of me. I can't rattle off. Like I know Tyler Higbee's one of them. The other tight end who had a big game against the Saints, caught some big passes.
Right.
So you got to like their chances, but I mean it really is Cooks and Woods.
Right.
Yeah, that's fun to say. Cooks and Woods.
Cooks and Woods.
It is it is a big part of them. So I think Gurley is that X factor where if they get him going, especially like I know if I were Sean McVay, a lot of my game plan would be trying to get it to Gurley in little screen passes, little dumps, getting him the ball in space. And we saw with the Chiefs, they had a couple touchdowns, running the wheel routes.
Score on the Rams. The Chiefs, Mahomes turned the ball over 5 friggin' times, and they still put up a 51 burger on him out in LA that night.
Yeah.
Here we go, Mike. Let's see. To the Pats prop, we give you these questions. Quickly, from Danny Maloney. Danny Maloney. He asks us, can we discuss the guy that holds McVay's hips on the sideline?
The get back guy.
The get back guy.
He's so focused.
Lord.
He's
got a get back guy.
Look out. Watch out. Like, I know a guy like that. Like walking through the city. Oh,
it's kind of like the great. Like there should Is someone going to make a parody video about that beforehand?
Oh, he's so...
Is that something we should do?
Ooh, maybe. I mean, it's like... I'm trying to think what angle you go with that. What does he do in real life? Like, it's like his wife is trying to get him to do something, and he's like, sorry, he's got to go over here right now.
Is he that intense at home, and his wife, or like, maybe like, they hire a kid, like have an intern come home and follow him around and make sure he doesn't get across any lines at home. Look, he's an intense coach.
He's intense.
He's a great play caller.
I love it.
Just like the same way that the future at the quarterback position and on offense in the NFL is Mahomes, McVay is the future mind. I mean, how many people got friggin' jobs because it said on their LinkedIn profile, like, went to Starbucks and saw Sean McVay one
brushed
time.
His shoulder. Yeah, I mean, you gotta love it, and hopefully this Super Bowl will be a great learning experience for him to like take into the rest of his career, and it'll be like, man, that Super Bowl I lost to Bill Belichick, I learned so much.
I can't wait for him to learn. I want it to be such a good experience. Sean, I want Goff. I want this to make you a better man.
I know.
Like Sean McVay, I want this to be a big learning experience from you. Going down there can't be anything more glorious for the future of the head coaching position in the NFL than you taking a 42-17 arse whooping.
Stress-free one? Like
we've never had it because every Patriots Super Bowl
every
in the Brady
Patriots
era,
Super Bowl of the Brady era,
they're all one score.
There's it's
41-33 last year. The Eagles. That Hail Mary connects. They're going for 2 to tie it up. And I'm shitting through my eyes.
They didn't lead in the game against Atlanta until they won in overtime.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's like the stress that I'm like already preparing myself for. Even though I feel like the matchup wise,
I already want to throw up. And
I feel good about this. Like, I know Aaron Donald's great and Sue, and yes, they could maybe have that Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck, Giants kind of interior pressure game. But I don't know. I feel good about it. You got to go on.
Awesome comments. Thank you guys. You're killing it today. Jimmy Arbor says about Sean McVay. Install one of those invisible shock collar fences for Sean McVay on the sideline. He just walks up.
That might be distracting. That'd be distracting.
That's top comment right there. That's top stuff.
Like it, share it, fave it. Perfect.
Like it, Jimmy. Yeah. Let's see. I got
a quick graphic for
Justin T. Tackett says, why don't they get him a kid's leash? Stephen Tower says, if the Patriots win the coin toss, initially, will they take the ball?
I'm always a defer guy.
I bet they go back to defer.
I think that's always
Is that a prop bet? Because I'm putting money on defer. I haven't looked at the
that's
prop
what
bet
you want.
sheets yet.
That's what you want. But although they've been starting so well that I don't think that there is a big problem with if you get the ball at the beginning, because I feel like they could take it down the field and score. I mean, the last 2 games. I mean, I'm like, I got to go back and really think about when the last time they had such strong starts to the playoffs. You know,
well, name a time during a 4-game stretch. Not beginning of 2017 season where the Patriots looked this good, this consistently against inferior and then superior opponents. Like
I know.
We said the Chargers had the best roster in the AFC. They demolished them. We said that the Chiefs had the most offensive talent that we'd seen in years. Maybe since the 2007 Pats, 2013 Broncos, or the friggin' greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
What the Patriots do? Scoreless half.
Yeah, slowed them down and
outscored them and then beat them at their own game in the end.
Yep. It attacked their weaknesses, made Patrick Mahomes look like Fraggle Rocket. My favorite comment from one of your many videos.
And thank you guys, by the way, for watching and sharing the video last week that was up on Pats.com. The Friendly Rivals bar roast video with us Pats pals and the Chiefs guys. Thank you so much for spreading the good word on that. Why you guys did such a good job watching, sharing, and enjoying that the Patriots hired me to go down to Atlanta next week and make new videos for them every day. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, this guy right here.
Like they said, listen,
mothership.
That best Pat's life doesn't live itself. I'm just a fan. I'll go Notting Hill. I'm just a fan standing here asking his team to love him.
Are there two fans who've exploited the Patriots' success more than you and me to a little lesser degree?
Well, and throw Jerry Thornton into the mix, and that's the holy trinity of fansploitation for a team. I mean, but there were outliers. We've watched and rooted our whole life, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we
then we just all started
that's lost today.
And we're positive.
Yeah.
That's Pat's propaganda is a positive side. We try to make him laugh. Yeah. Jerry loves it. That's what he does in his books. Yeah. There's nothing I want in this world more, save for a happy life for my children and maybe another zero at the end of my annual income, than for Jerry Thornton to have to take his book, 5 Rings, and stop printing it, go back, add another chapter, call it 6 Rings, parentheses, and it should have been 7. And he can have a joke about the fact that they should have won a 6th and it could have been, I don't know, against the Bears. It could have been last year against the Eagles. Whatever. Make it 6 rings.
Oof.
That would be absolutely spectacular.
I mean, just the thing that I love that they're playing the Rams and just like how things have kind of come full circle. I love that the Rams are wearing throwback uniforms. Like, how cool is that? Yeah,
that's going to look great. Now, you like the Pats being in their whites again?
Sure.
I do. I kind of do.
I like it because it'll be different than the first Rams one and opposite. But it's just, think about how different your life was in 2002. At February 2002. We didn't have cell phones. It was like crazy how long this has gone, and the rise of social media and all of this has like happened over the course of this Patriots dynasty. It's crazy, and we've been in the thick of it now, which feels like forever.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and that's why they're so happy. We're so happy because they're so happy because everyone told them it has to end. This is just it's absurd. I went over a couple of the numbers earlier. A 9th Super Bowl. Brady's now been to more Super Bowls than any other team.
I got a graphic for that.
This thing went viral. I bet nothing pissed people off when they logged onto their computers, checked their Facebook, did their IG or Twitter on Monday, and after they sat through the AFC Championship, screamed at Mahomes and Andy Reid, especially for quote-unquote blowing it. And the overtime rules, they need to be changed next year. You blew it! I'm sure when people saw this graphic, they were just like,
I know.
I love
it's
it,
just
though.
Unfair. It's just, I know. It's just...
the hate, please, like the Emperor says, let it flow through you.
And what about like Deadspin with their like trying to dig up dirt on Brady?
If anyone has a lead or a tip on Brady's cheating ways.
Oh my God, it's like, I can't wait. These people are gonna have grandkids and be like, what was it like with Tom Brady? And you're like, I complained through the whole thing. I thought he wasn't really actually that good and really quite lucky, to be honest. Like that's the whole, like Scott Kaczmar, is that how you say his name?
Scott Kaczmar, yeah.
That kid. Man, it's just so funny when it's like, as soon as like the Patriots starting to blow out the Chargers, it was like, all right, I'm already turning the pages to the Chiefs. Like, you don't want to spend any time on this one? Like, Brady just like tore them apart. No, I'm good. Like, I'm going to completely minimize this. It's remarkable how people can just be so dismissive and like, I don't know.
But that's par for the course.
Yeah, just enjoy it. And in retrospect, is it going to be like, how did that happen? We were there.
Let's see what we got here.
Fire some questions.
Denise Lewis Weber. I'm already down here in Atlanta. And let me tell you, since the beginning of the season, I've been wanting this. Good to hear, D-Lou. Will this be Gronk's last name? Last game. Asks Lenny Bates.
That's a good question. I think it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. That's why I haven't taken this off yet. I've been wearing it for about 2 weeks now. But yeah, I think it's possible. But I also think that you look at how he looks right now, and you wonder, well, maybe he just had some dings during the year that weren't like recurring. Oh, this is the
same
back
way Brady
injury
probably
that's
did
been,
with the MCL.
It's like, oh no, he had like, I don't know, some, he had a sprained rib, like whatever, something stupid, and that was what it was. It's not these 50 back surgeries are catching up. So I don't know. I still think that there's a chance that he definitely does retire, especially if they win. Which
no higher note to go out on.
Let him go, yeah. And I mean, and he's played, he's blocked, and really, it's a good. It would be a good point for him to go out. I know today they're talking about Brady. Same thing. Colin Cowherd was saying he doesn't think Brady retires no matter what. Mark Bertrand was saying on the radio during Belichick's thing that he thinks that there's like a 5% chance that Brady retires, but.
A 5% chance.
Some of us thought he would have punched out there
after Super Bowl 51, because how could you get a more climactic victory? How could you get a greater finish?
And here we are, too.
There's no high talk to go out on.
Later.
Well, he's been to 2 more since, 3 in a row. Blah, blah.
I think
what is he have? Brady has more playoff wins than every team but 5.
So crazy.
It's all insane. But I don't think Brady retires. I think Gronk's a coin flip. I think he would go WWE and be a star there before he goes and makes movies. I think his personality and his antics,
totally,
and his
still though,
over the
but
top.
if it's issues with injuries and backs and that, you don't want to be jumping off things. I don't know. I think Gronk can do whatever Gronk
wants. He and
Mojo
Rawley would be tag team champions within 6 months.
Yeah,
and they would be on a national tour. He'd have 3 Super Bowl rings,
and all the Gronk Bros would walk in with him, and he could really bring them into.
They would literally just think about the promotion where they can have the Gronk brothers wrestle against 5 other guys at next year's WrestleMania or something. It would be insane.
It would be,
but I still think there's a little bit of negotiating tactics. We got some ploys and tacticals going on right now, where he's trying to maybe get that one last big year or 2 payday, because I think they'll draft another tight end. Jacob Hollister obviously is made from sugar glass. Jacob Hollister is honestly, he is made from found bamboo. The kid is just brittle as can be.
And he's good in training camp.
He's good. I mean, he's got talent, but he just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
He's got
JD
Drew syndrome.
I know, every time he's out, it's something new. It's never
the same old thing. It's not the same recurrent injury.
Yeah, I mean...
So, I bet they draft someone, and I think Gronk will come back for one more.
Yeah. Going to be some changes, I think, this offseason, no matter what. Especially on defense.
Yeah. Oh, well, hey, listen.
But we're not talking about that.
But, hey, this is their last chance, Mike. This is the pay. They better win this one, because obviously, this is definitely the last time they're going back.
I mean, it feels like it's like... They could lose Trey Flowers to probably still work out all right.
My guess is that Brian Flores just goes down when he takes the job, and hopefully he picks the flowers. Takes a parade. He picks him some flowers and just is just write him whatever check he wants. I need someone to build my defense around.
If you're gonna pick a guy,
Air to Cameron Wake, whatever. And you know what? If that scenario were to happen, that would mean he probably goes double animal style. That's right. I'm taking that from In-N-Out Burger in LA. Trey Flowers goes double animal style in the Super Bowl. We're talking
he should. I mean, he's my
7 pressures, 2 sacks, maybe a batted down ball or a pick, and then just earns himself that check.
Yeah.
And I'd be okay with it. And I mean, I'd hate to see him go, but at the same time, if that's the way it's got to be.
I know. It's so depressing to think about, just because it's been so rare. I mean, Chandler Jones was kind of a similar situation, but I like Trey Flowers so much more than Chandler Jones, and that's what's devastating.
Thank you for all the people that have also put in the Facebook Live comments. No, I do not need an assistant or a PA or an intern to crawl into my luggage and come down with us. Thank you. As a matter of fact, hopefully our pal Francis from NFL Fan Therapy will be coming down to do some video work, and he'll be helping us out. But we got our crew. But I mean, if you're down there, hook it up. Let's see, what kind of events do we have going on down there? The Patriots Fan Club, who get together at the Hudson Grill in Sandy Springs, Georgia, they're going to be having a huge party on Saturday, February 2nd, so we'll be hanging out there. I'll be helping MC and rock out at that party. Pats are having an official rally that Saturday, February 2nd, downtown, I think, in, what do they call it, like Olympic or Millennium Park, whatever. I'll be working that with them. And then there's so much going on all week. When you're down there, it almost gives you, the FOMO. It gives you a little Tony FOMO, because there's so much going on that you're like, oh, I got to be at this party, but I got to be at this Q&A, or I got to go to this press conference. I want to be at this crazy expo, this event.
That's what my philosophy is. I just don't get invited and go. I just stay at home and watch the Super Bowl with my family.
You're the smarter guy.
Well, before we get to Foxboro, or before we get down there, Fitzy, isn't there something else you might want to tell the fans about that you're holding? Are we allowed to announce this?
Yes, we are. This Sunday, there is the huge... Oh my God, I almost just said huge annual send-off. Well, actually, it is. I mean, when your team goes to 3 in a row and 4 out of 5 Super Bowls in 9 in 2 decades, it is legitimately... Yeah. It's a biannual tradition at this point, at least if you do it mathematically.
I was there last year.
And I was there the year before.
Yeah,
the year before.
It's
and
fun.
My father's father.
Bring the kids.
Yeah. It's a super family-friendly event. The send-off, the Patriots rally and send-off, from out there at Energy Plaza in
I
front
think
of
it's
the
going
pro
to be on the
shop.
field this year, actually.
Oh, for real?
That's what I was reading the full press release today.
Wow,
So
I should probably...
I'm informing you.
I should get in touch with some people and find this out.
Find out where I go.
See, right here it says... It's the Everything We Got send-off rally. 8 a.m. gates open. 10 o'clock program begins. It wraps up by 11:30. Then the buses make way and they fly to Atlanta. And I will be co-emceeing the event with Brian Morey, the executive director of the Pats Hall of Fame. And I'm going to tell you honestly right now.
Wow, what a straight man they got you with.
I know. I'm a little...
I'm the executive director. Boo.
He does a fine job. Brian does a good job. Brian does a rock solid job. I know. And they even asked me, they're like, how do you want to introduce yourself? I was like... Well, I probably can't say and I'm Fitzy, the guy who swears too much about the Pats and professes his love for Tom Brady on YouTube. People would be like, oh my God, what the hell? Like, what are you doing up there?
I know.
Now, here's the crazy part. Is that this will definitely be the closest I'll have ever been to Tom Brady before.
Ooh.
And there's like a 50-50 shot I'm going to meet him. Or someone's going to be like, hey Gronk, hey Zoe, hey Tom, this is Fitzy, he's co-emceeing the event today. I mean, I'm probably just going to like pee a little. Or just like...
I think you're going to read way more into
my
the
hands
moment
are
than he
literally
does.
sweaty
He's
right
going to
now.
be like, hi, I'm Tom, nice to meet you. And
just like
smile.
he did the you see what Van Noy said this week?
Idiot,
He's like, you're an idiot. He's like, hi, I'm Tom Brady. Oh, no shit, really? Right. Like, hey, I'm Tom.
You're gonna turn into a total mush fest. That's what I would. I'd be like, stop it. Remember that game when you won?
Do I say like, hey, I met your dad and your mom a while? Like your dad said it was cool.
What is the creepiest? Your mom hugged me.
Yeah, like, your dad told me I was a sicko. I hung out with your sister a couple times. I mean, I don't know. What do I say? What do you say?
Comes in. What do you?
Yeah, he's like, this guy drank a ton of my IPAs. Watch out for him, Tom. Well, what if Brady says something like, oh, hey
Giselle
man,
loves your videos.
Hey man, it's like she's like, yeah, Giselle get like, I mean, I'd probably just be like, I have to have an like, are you on standby in case I faint and they have to carry me out? You be like, oh. It's like, all right, calling Mike Dussault to the stage, please. Mike Dussault.
I'm not gonna let you. I'm just gonna let you faint into his arms with a prayer that you suddenly come to, and he's just looking down at you, and you just have
and I hear harp music. Tom, and just like, what is that? What movie? What movie is it? Where it's like, you're my hero.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller. I'll be like, Cameron Ruck. Yeah, Ferris Bueller. You're my hero.
Well, how do you just not become Chris Farley and like remember?
Hey man,
you beat the Chiefs last week. That was awesome.
Remember that pass you threw to Brandon LaFell to beat the Ravens in the 2014 divisional round? That was awesome.
I will say, like, I always feel with athletes though that like it's hard because you have a sense of shared experience with them, and it's hard not to be like, we did it together. It's like, I watched you do it. And you did great. It's hard not to feel like you connect with them. I mean, I met Michael Strahan one time, and all I could muster was, I'm a Patriots fan. And he laughed. Like, I mean, he was such a great guy. He's like, well, at least we both hate the Jets.
I picked up a gig a couple years ago before they launched the new $100,000 pyramid. I was like they brought me in as a fake celebrity when they were testing out the format, $100,000 pyramid. Some game show writers I knew, they're like, hey, are you free this day? Come on in. I was like, of course I am. I'm Fitzy. I got nothing to do except drink and love the Pats. It was the middle of the summer.
Do you need me to bring a poster?
So I hung out with Strahan for like an hour and a half that afternoon. We went through a couple practice rounds of $100,000 pyramid. And they had me fill out. So like they're like, give us something interesting about you that Michael can read, like a celebrity. Like, hey, Tom Cruise, so I hear you're going to be doing hanging off the side of an airplane in a new Mission Impossible movie. So he introduced me like as a fake celebrity. He's like, and hey, here's, Fitzy. And now it says here you're the world's biggest Patriots fan and that I caused you to lose 2 weeks of sleep. Tell me about that. And we did it at this rehearsal, and I was like, well, you robbed my dreams in Super Bowl 42. I still think that was holding on Jarvis Green, whatever. And we actually back and forth about it for a while. And then afterwards, I was like, I walked up and shook his hand. I was like, damn it.
Yeah,
I wanted to hate you so bad.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's an awesome guy.
One of those random, Yeah. Well, all right. Well.
Yeah, exactly.
So
anyway, so that's that.
The Super Bowl, huh?
So that's that. So Sunday, if you're going to be at the rally, say hi. Yeah. Come by GFY.
I'll be there with the kids.
Yeah, bring the kids. It's an awesome event, and actually, it's supposed to be partly sunny in like the low 40s, so it's not even going to be that bad. It's going to be a perfect day.
Predictions?
That's going to be awesome.
You're going to be busy, so we're going to probably not be able to do another show.
I don't think we'll be able to go live next week. No.
It'll be either a celebratory, mimosas in here, or it's going to be like a dark
dungeon, and we're gonna be like crying and.
Oh no! If they lose, I'm not doing it. You can come here. I'll help you set up. I'm just gonna lay here and cry the whole time.
We're trying to.
I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going like Jeff Fisher used to say. I'm not going 7-9. That's some 7-9. I'm not going 5-4 in the Brady Super Bowl era. That would be some 5-4 bullshit. It's time to beat LA, man.
6-3, so much.
6-3 sounds so much better.
4, I know. But you know what? I'm gonna go back to. We'll always have Super Bowl 51, and that one is like just locked in stone. Mm-hmm. And this rest of the stuff.
Well, like I said, the symmetry, the Pats and rematches so far.
Yeah, I know. Well, God, don't. Yeah, we're going to
Super Bowl rematches.
We're going to blast out the Panthers.
We got 10 days of content fulfillment to.
We got to think about it. Yeah,
think about how much bullshit is going to be broadcast over television and the internet and on radio and in print and on blogs.
I'm not going to listen to most
People just trying to find the new angle and say the same old shit repackaged in a different way. How much lipstick can you put on all these different pigs?
One thing I should mention before we jet to though is just like, I know I'm the hoodie guy, and the thing we've realized last year is that they've won 5 Super Bowls, they've lost 3. In all 3 Super Bowls they've lost, Belichick has cut his sleeves. So my only thing with the hoodie is don't cut the sleeves. Don't cut the sleeves. Because when he hasn't cut the sleeves, they win. But when he cuts the sleeves, they lose. So
wait a second. So it's that simple.
It's that simple.
All right.
It's that simple.
I'm saying
Super Bowl 42, the red one, right?
Yep. I'm going to say this right now. If I have any opportunity, any of the rallies, if Linda Holiday is there, I will even just.
I see her. Just
going to say like, please tell Bill don't cut his sleeves. He's lost all 3 Super Bowls where he's cut his sleeves. Do not cut your sleeves. And I know that's a Belichick thing. No cutting sleeves. It's going to be indoors. So what's he going to wear?
I mean, he probably cuts. I mean, he had a cut. He had to cut 2016 on under his winter thing, and that's got to be the favorite. Sleeves. So if he is a gray cut,
he won't hot jacket it, right?
He might. That would probably be the best.
Now, is the short sleeve the hot jacket, or is that a long one? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It's a remedial hood. The hot jacket's like kind of a windbreaker,
It is.
And it's naturally short.
Is the short sleeve one? Is that like a wrestling coach shirt? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one. That's a hot jacket. Yeah, it kind of seems like.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, that one's fine. The short sleeves are okay. It's just you don't cut the sleeves because you cut the sweatshirt sleeves in the other 3. So.
Why would he wear a sweatshirt?
The red one. Everyone knows the red one.
It's climate controlled.
Yeah.
In Atlanta. And of course, we didn't spend any time talking about this, but you guys have all the next week and a half to enjoy this, and I'll actually be making a video about this next week and talking to fans in the area about this. Just how miserable an experience is this for friggin' Atlanta to have to host a Super Bowl with the Patriots coming back to town?
All those idiots in 28-3 shirts. Forget about it.
Oh my God. All these poor people. I would have just immediately Airbnb'd my house and be like, nope. Second the Falcons were eliminated, or second the Pats went up last week, I'd be like, honey, kids, go to the lake house. Airbnb. I'll make money off this. I'm not going to be here for it.
You got idiots like this guy coming into town.
I'm not going to wear my 28-3 shirt every day.
Just like right next to the commute.
How many people with the Barstool flags just like waving them in parking lots? How much money are you... Wait, hold on. Are you going to get a surge of money this week?
No.
You should sell a ton of them this week. You should be selling a ton of them.
I mean, they not that much. Sell a ton of them anymore.
Of course they're going to...
There's a little spike, but it's nothing like...
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like it was like the first like 2 months.
Obviously not.
Like... But it's I mean, people have kind of seen it, and people kind of come upon it still, and
it's kind of awesome.
But it's I gotta think of another one. It's such a saturated market now with all these T-shirts. But
Kim Kukler McGuckin says my hubby cuts it. It is, isn't it? My hubby cuts his sleeves too. Look, on my Let's Party sweatshirt, I customize it. I Belichick the sleeves. I cut them. We can all do that too. Just no sleeve cutting for Belichick in Super Bowl 53.
That's all I'll leave you with. And
all right, last...
I'm going to say, too, if I have to do prediction.
Matt Pereira, the grumpy bastard, says he's going to go with the Blue Pats pullover.
That's the hot jacket. That's a hot jacket.
Najee Howell says he'll cut him. Come on, Mary Weiss Lemieux. Ask Alexa who's going to win. It's great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Google Assistant can't pick a winner, but Alexa said the Pats will win.
Good, Alexa. Well,
there you go.
She's
Fitzy, what stupid bombshell report will ESPN drop in the next week? They're not going to do it. It's already out there. Get the message to Bill. Jacqueline Walsh Lacey says, "Don't cut your sleeves." This is going to be awesome. Yeah. After the Pats win, you need to call into Felger and Maz. I can think of 10,000 things I would do first after the Pats win a Super Bowl. Yeah. Not any of those 10,000 things is calling into Felger and Maz.
You go back with Felger, don't you?
We're best. We're best buddies. Is it happy hour yet? David Irwin, I will be cracking in soon enough, my man.
Yes.
It feels like a rainy, cold beer Thursday. Now, where are you going to watch? What's your plan?
I don't know, probably at home with family. I don't know. It's hard to say. I get so wrapped
can't
up
do
in
Super
it. I don't
Bowl
want to like
parties,
go
right?
to somebody's house and then I'm at a seat like in the corner with a bad view of the TV and I can't like.
Oh, the ads are incredible this year. I heard there's going to be a big Lebowski ad.
And there's randomly some
Gronk
stupid
eats
Rams
Tide Pods.
fan or somebody who has no idea what's going on.
And someone's even going to show up, even in Massachusetts, dude. Anywhere in New England, this is a sin. You should kick them out. You should actually call an Uber if someone comes in. I mean, we made a joke T-shirt we put up on the website that said "World's Biggest Temporary LA Rams Fan." Like, you know what? Help me produce my videos by wearing the dumbest shirt and pissing away money, buddy. Yeah. Someone's gonna walk into someone's party in New England and just be like, "I hate Tom Brady. I've never liked him.
It just rubs me the wrong way."
That's it. Just be like, here. Listen. Pick. Let me make you a to-go bag. Here's a tray. Take a whole fucking chafing dish if you not need to.
I know.
And get it and call them the Uber. I don't want it.
I don't
want that negative energy around me. I want nothing to do with it. I'd rather solve the Pelosi-Trump shutdown than have a negative person at my Super Bowl watch party.
I mean, I want to have good food. I want to be able to have my tequila liqueurs.
Oh my God!
I'm just kidding. I didn't.
You know what? I'll have one next week.
I had real beer. I had real beers. I had real beers this week. It was delicious. Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I mentioned it in my immediate Facebook Live after the game, where I was I don't know, 2.5 sheets to the wind, but I felt good. It was bulletproof. It was that celebratory bulletproof feeling. Yeah. A guy who was wildly influential in helping me, sort of form my world, my sports view, and making me the sports fan, the Foxboro fan I am today. My dad's old best friend had passed away, and I had to go to a service on Friday, and his favorite 2 drinks were Miller Lights and Black Russians. So after once I made my way down to the Fitzatorium to scream it out in the second half, I found a vintage mobile gas station 1970s Patriots glass, tankard of Black Russian in that, and then cans of Miller Light, and I was I was loving it.
Whew.
That one was for the wise. It was great times, man. Let's see, last one. I hope it's all on camera. Can't wait to see your face and reaction if you meet Brady. Thank you guys. You're too nice. Yeah, legitimately, Brady boner. I don't think I'll probably be saying like, "Hey man, I came up with the terms Pat's porn and Brady boner." Tom?
Tell him that.
Tom?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into final scores.
We're running out of juice here on the phone, so we gotta wrap up.
All right, you first.
I think the Patriots are going to win, and I'm going to say this is the one Super Bowl that it's not a heart attack induced. Like, it's a good game, but the Patriots pull away and win, and it's a solid win. Let's just go against the grain. It's not going to come down to the last possession. Okay. I'm saying that now. In the preview piece, I would probably say it's going to come down to the last possession. But
all right, I'm going to... You know what? Me too.
No.
Yeah.
We're closing. I'm
going to go... this is not a one-score victory for the Patriots. I say the Rams give them a tough time early on. Little pressure up the gut from Sue, who's going to be trying to play, knowing that he could get his only Super Bowl through Tom Brady. Aaron Donald proving he's the best defensive player. Wade Phillips gives him fits, and he's got his cornerback with Talib. That said, there are weaknesses. There are spots you could expose. They're not going to come in the game tentative the same way that Drew Brees did last week. Mm-hmm. That's a game the Saints obviously should have won a number of different ways. I think the Patriots will not open as hot as they did against San Diego, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. But in time, they will evolve. The second half adjustments will lead to the Patriots establishing their will, making it happen. And your deer in headlights thing for the Goff man. 31-20 Patriots.
I love it. I'm going to say, 31-20.
All right. Team score.
I agree.
Team score. All right, so
thanks, guys.
So make sure you check out and follow Mike at Pat's Propaganda
for all the reports from Boston.
Hey, listen, you got to get the top flight analysis and actual football ratings.
What do
you do? What do you pay for the Globe so you can get trolled by the Tomato Can Central and CHP? Fudge, no. Follow your old pal Fitz at FitzyGFY. We're finishing putting up the new episodes of NFL Fan Therapy this week.
Them out.
We'll have fresh episodes. From Atlanta next week. I'll put them up all on townienews.com, and they'll be at patriots.com. And, of course, come say hi at the send-off rally this Sunday. Or maybe if you're going to be in the ATL, come by for a hi in GFY Saturday, February 2nd at the Patriots rally. And then Sunday the 3rd, if you don't have tickets to the game, get in touch. And then,
well, no. You don't have
I don't have a ticket to the Super Bowl right now, but I'm staying until Monday. So, if someone wants to hook me up. Yeah. But... huge Pats party at the Patriots fan club of Atlanta, the ATL Pats fan club.